Welcome to the Trade and Industrial Policy Strategies official podcast, Tips Talk, the show where we delve into the fascinating world of economics and its impact on global development. I'm your host, Thobani K, and today we are asking why is it important for local and provincial government officials to understand the impact of climate change and the imperative to decarbonize our economy, as well as make the transition just. We are finding ourselves today in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. We see how government officials can turn policy into action. I have a lovely guest with me today by the name of Sindi Shozi. Sindi, can you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hi, Thobani. Good day, everyone. My name is Sindi Shozi, and I am based at eThekwini Municipality. And my portfolio there is a chief engineer at advanced metering. So basically, I'm a registered professional engineer, registered with Engineering Council of South Africa, and I hold also a government certificate of competency and also a PMP certification, and also a member of South African Institute of Electrical Engineers. And also I am an MBA candidate as well. So I've held this role since 2020. Prior to that, I was also a refurbishment engineer at Eskom. So yeah, that is basically me in a nutshell when it comes to my career.
What does your day-to-day roles look like?
Basically, my day-to-day responsibilities, they involve basically strategic planning, that is formulating short-term, medium and long-term plans for meter engineering branch, and also technical leadership that is also providing guidance in terms of complex advanced metering infrastructure system, and also performing and monitoring, that is evaluating metering systems, making sure that data performance and energy yield targets are met. And also staff supervision. I'm sure when you entered my office, you saw there were a group of ladies. So that is basically my technical staff. And also I do mentoring as well. We have some EIT, which is our engineers in training, as well as some technicians as well. And also I do financial oversight where I monitor expenditure as well. And also stakeholder engagement that involve contractor appointments and also customer satisfaction. And lastly, also OSH compliance, making sure that all the projects that we do comply when it comes to occupational health and safety. Yeah, basically, those are my day-to-day duties look like.
All right, thank you, Sindi. So my next question is, how do you infuse just transition policies into your work?
Okay, so now as a chief engineer in the metering infrastructure, I occupy a unique position at the intersection of energy access, data governance, and also service delivery. So basically, the just energy transition is not an abstract policy framework for me. So it shapes how I lead the projects and engage with communities. So this is how I infuse in, I'm going to name like 4 ways that I infuse just energy in my work. Firstly, it is equitable access to smart metering technologies. So that is my advanced metering infrastructure, that is AMI. It's basically a gateway to demand side management and renewable energy integration. And I prioritize equitable rollout of smart meters, ensuring that low income and historically underserved communities are not left behind as eThekwini transition into a more smarter, cleaner energy systems. And also specifications, because I also develop specification when it comes to the metering infrastructure. So the specifications that I develop, they account for affordability and also usability across diverse socioeconomic groups. And also, secondly, the energy efficiency and demand side management. So my background in energy management is supported by formal training. That is, I did a NUJ and also in Stellenbosch, just energy transition course and also green hydrogen course. So it informs our approach metering as an enabler tool for energy efficiency. So I advocate metering systems that support, so we have what you call time of use tariffs and load management and also integration with renewable sources, of which they are the pillars of just and sustainable energy transitions. So thirdly is the skills transfer and women empowerment. So I understand that just energy transition demands that workers and community are equipped with skills relevant to the green economy. So I'm an active mentor when it comes to GWNet, which is where I am a mentor, and also I'm a part of Women in Electricity, where I advocate also for women as well, where I champion for inclusion of women and young professionals in the energy sector, ensuring that the transition is socially just, not only environmentally sound. And the fourth way that I infuse the just energy transition is also in terms of procurement and contractor governance. So through my role in terms of contractor appointment and equipment specification, I embed the sustainability criteria in terms of procurement. So processes, that is, includes prioritization when it comes to the local suppliers, enforcing the OSH compliance, as well as ensuring technology procurements that supports long-term maintenance capacity within the municipality. That is reducing its dependency and building, local expertise. So lastly, financial discipline and also strategic planning. That is, I've also have my qualification when it comes to finance. So it enables me to align my decision when it comes to financial decision with long-term transition goals to ensure that the budgets that have been put in place account not only for capital cost, but also the life cycle sustainability and avoiding basically redundancy when it comes to finances. So basically that is how I infuse just energy transition when it comes to my work is day to day.
So my last question will be, is it possible that you could share any just transition challenges or opportunities for your municipality or province that you see in the line of work that you do?
So, okay, I can mention a few challenges. Firstly is the energy security and the infrastructure fragility. So we know that as eThekwini, we are dependent on the national Eskom grid. And the load shedding has been impacting our service delivery and the business continuity, and also impacting the public trust to us in terms of delivering electricity continuity. So it transitioning to a diversified low carbon and energy mix, it requires capital investment. So that is one of the challenges that we are encountering. So it then remains an institutional capacity that remains constrained at the moment when it comes to capacity. Secondly, it's socioeconomic inequality and energy poverty. So KZN has one of the highest level of unemployment and poverty as well. So a transition that raises basically tariffs or displaces workers in fossil fuel adjustment industry without adequate social protection, then that becomes a challenge as well. So that just part of it, then it becomes a challenge when it comes to that. So it's one of the challenges that we basically see. So we need to also see how then we can put the just part in that sector as well. So another challenge is loss of revenue from traditional energy infrastructures. So as a distribution energy resources, that is DERs, and of solar panels, so we face a declining sales, as to say, because now people are moving more towards renewable energy. So now as a municipality, we also have to be innovative in terms of how now we get our revenue, because now people are now have more alternatives. So we must also be innovative in terms of how then, because now we are experiencing a loss in terms of revenue now. People are moving to solar, basically moving off the grid, while now we are depending on the grid. So now we have to have innovative ways now as well, maybe coming up with charges as well. So that's another way. So see how we can be able to gain our revenue as well. Skills gap as well in green technology is another challenge. So while we have a strong electrical engineering capacity, there is a skill deficit where in terms of battery storage integration, green hydrogen, as much as it's gradually increasing, but we still have a skills gap there in PV's design, smart grid management. So workforce rescaling is both urgent and resource intensive. So we need to also, us as a municipality, be, I don't know what's the word, you'll cut this English, but yeah, be not on the lookout in terms of how we upscale our people and engineers and technicians in terms of being in the forefront when it comes to what the industry is now going towards. Regulatory and governance complexities, because when it comes to policies and whatnot, there's still a huge gap there, especially when it comes to such. So navigating in that space is also a challenge. The bylaws, we need to also amend our bylaws so that we cater for what the changes that are happening within the industry as well, involving NERSA, SALCA, and other frameworks that are the decision makers. So yeah, those are the challenges. Now coming to the opportunities. So like I said, AMI, which is an advanced metering infrastructure, we have an opportunity there because that's where we monitor basically from when you get your electricity to how you basically absorb. So you monitor real time. So you can see how much you are, as a customer, you are absorbing in terms of electricity. So it facilitates integration to those rooftop and into the grid. So this is a direct opportunity for us as a tech. We need to accelerate the green energy ambitions. Secondly, an opportunity, women and youth agent for transition. So through platforms like GWNet and also Women in Electricity, those are the platforms where there's a momentum where there's a rapid growth of young people and active architect of energy transition, not just beneficiaries. So eThekwini can lead in such gender responsive in terms of just energy and planning of such. So renewable energy procurement. So amendments to the Energy Regulation Act. And also I know that we've also been a beneficiary in terms of Section 34, where we've been granted to be able to generate our own electricity through IPPs as well. So that's an opportunity. So I know construction is supposed to start somewhere later in the year as well. So those are the opportunities. Climate finance and also international partnership. So there's an opportunity there. So I know there's a JETS IP. So an international partnership like EU and G7, so to unlock climate finance mechanisms. So eThekwini, as a South African largest municipality, is well positioned to attract green bonds and development finance for a transition infrastructure. So yeah, those are the opportunities, as much as there are challenges, but there's also an opportunity for us to basically unlock what is currently happening in the industry when it comes to just energy transition.
Thank you so much, Sindi, for your time. This was a lovely session that we had.
Thank you as well for the opportunity to be able to contribute.
Sure. A huge thank you to our guests for sharing their expertise and time with us, and also for attending this training. We hope you will continue to champion the mandate of greening the economy in a just and equitable way. And to our listeners, your support means the world. Thank you for joining the Trade and Industrial Policy Strategies official podcast. Remember, sustainable growth is not just a goal, but a path to a more resilient and prosperous future. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with us on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Until next time, I'm Thobani K, signing off.